Hey guys, got the Columbia River knife and tool Mount Whitney. This knife is off of Columbia River's Knife and Tools 14K Summit Series line, which is a line to kind of like commemorate the mountains that have reached over 14,000 feet, and this is one of the knives, the Mount Whitney. I've owned this knife previously. This is not. It was actually one of my first knives. This is not one of my first knives. This is a rebuy. I like the knife so much I bought it again, actually. And I bought this knife like I was kind of naive with knives back then, and you know, I never really looked up, you know, blade types and metal types. And the blade here is made out of 420J2, which, to my understanding, is nothing special really. This is probably the cheap part of the knife, and that's, I mean, it's not cheap. It's not a cheap blade steel, but it's nothing special either. But I was kind of surprised because I don't know. I had this knife for a little while. Not this one. My first one. And it never really went dull on me. It never corroded on me either. It's pretty much stayed the same way when it came from the factory. I touched it up a bit, but you know, it's okay corrosion rate, you know, okay, you know, blade retention, but you know, nothing special, I guess. But modified drop point. Thumb studs are actually pretty interesting. They got like ridges on them, and you know, this knife is kind of like built for climbers. So you know, nice thumb studs, as you can imagine. Back ribbing comes up there. Reverse grip. They have the LAWKS system, Laker and Walker LAWKS system. Anybody who knows Columbia River probably knows this. You know, you push your thing forward, and a little piece of metal goes in front of the liner lock, and makes it pretty much a fixed blade, and probably won't fail on you. You know, pretty much impossible to. It's almost fixed blade like. So, you know, you can imagine how tough the thing is, how good you can cut with it, you know, and the heavy duty tasks you can. So, pretty much it makes this knife a good camping knife, if you ask me. So, you know, the handle is nickel plated zinc alloy, so it's heavier. It's on the heavy side, so it's not like an EDC or everyday carry kind of knife. And it's very large, blade being 3.5 inches, handle being 4 3/4. So overall, about 8, a little over 8, 1/4 maybe. Skeletionized, you know, to reduce weight. Torque screw, belt clip. It's loose. It's not, you know, it's definitely on there. I guess it, you know, they make it that way so it comes off fast in case you need it, like, you know, climber needs it real fast. It's a bit looser than my previous Columbia Rivers, but that's probably for a reason. You know, easy cleaning. You know, it's really an all-around good knife. I mean, my old one never corroded on me, or, you know, really lost its edge. So, you know, I was surprised to see that the blade steel is of lower quality. But it's really not a big deal. It's $35 to $40. I got it for a little less than that, actually. I mean, I got it for $33, but that was kind of, you know, knocked a few bucks off of me. But you know, it's a good knife. I haven't had really any problems with it so far. I never had problems with my old one, so it's a good buy. And for the size of the knife, it's makes it for a very good buy, actually. A little paper here, you know, so let me get a big grip here, you know, very sharp, you know, no problems. So yeah, good camping knife, climber's knife. Many knives in the 14K Summit series. I'll put them up on the description over there. I'll put the weight of the knife too over there, because this one's a little more weighty than your, you know, Zyto or whatever. So makes for really a great camping knife, because of not only for the LAWKS, but, you know, heavy duty kind of knife. You know, it's built for serious, you know, serious business. So yeah, if you like the knife, I consider buying it. Really, I wouldn't let the blade steel get you down, because I haven't had a problem with it. So there you go, Columbia River Mountain Tool, Mount Whitney.